1v1 style of setup of CS. You need to try and have that teamwork flushed out. So let's see what the map picks are going to be, because that is where we're going to be finding out where this warfare is going to be going down, Snods. When you break this down.
So, Tainted Minds will be banning out Nuke. Surprising, usually we see the Asian teams ban that one out. Ban coming out from Cobble. Obviously, Tainted Minds like that map. They played it versus TyLoo, even though they got battered 6-4. Obviously, you want to take out the comfortable maps for your opposition. Overpass being picked by Tainted Minds. So, TyLoo's first ban in the last matchup was Overpass, and obviously they were worried. You mentioned before they did a lot of research against Tainted Minds, as TyLoo I'm talking about. So they potentially knew of the potential fear and terror that Tainted Minds could maybe try and manipulate on that map. Pick coming out as Mirage from B.O.O.T Gaming, which is obviously understandable because these Asian teams love Mirage. And the final map, I didn't actually quite see. What was the third map? Do you see?
I didn't actually get time to catch it there because I thought it was...
There you go, catch us by surprise.
Through, so
I was just reading out the...
Mate.
Yeah,
But obviously, that's the actually interesting one that comes through first. Obviously, Overpass is actually a map that both of these teams are very effective on. They've only actually played 8 officials with, you know, with that benchmark there to look at, but both of them have a 50% win rate. They've won 4 maps each. So both of them fairly confident on Overpass. You know, obviously not a map that they've got that much wealth of experience on. A fairly low rate there, actually, in what we can look at in terms of the actual player pool. But, you know, pretty confident on it. So both of these teams lending their skills to Overpass now to try and kick off this best of 3. Let's see how it will affect them as we work our way through. Diving in. Tainted Minds will be starting off on that T side. B.O.O.T is going to be over on the CT half. Take it away, Snods.
For my money, Jack, if Tainted Minds want to take this one, they're definitely going to have to be securing Overpass as their map pick going forward onto Mirage. I definitely feel like B.O.O.T have the advantage in that one. Then again, let's see what the Australian side is going to be doing on the game earlier on Cobblestone versus TyLoo. They played a very, very fast T-pistol. They run up A long. Let's see if they're going to stay that passionate.
Oh, pushing straight in though early as they want to try and go towards this B-bomb site. Benkai and Co are waiting on the scene of the crime to kick things off. Benkai completely undetected by Short as well. He's allowed a free frag as the silencer will keep him stealthed. Impression comes in with 3 though as he does a wealth of damage. So many back-to-back headshots there. Fantastic play coming out from the man himself. And Yam, he is trapped on his lonesome now. He's trying to get out of there. He has the bomb. He's got 1 minute and 20 seconds left to play with. And he's not quite sure what he wants to do.
Can try and save the Kevlar to the next round. The issue is on the T side, if the bomb is not planted, you get no round loss bonus. If the timer does eventually tick away, so it's fairly useless. Can he try and get a few kills? $300 per piece. Obviously, if he gets 2 or 3 kills, it's extra utility. Obviously, being the AWPer as well, if he gets 1 kill, it means he can buy deal into the next round. To be honest with you, Jack, the chance of winning this is very, very slim.
Yeah, that is going to be a fairly obvious fact. Impressions actually will take him down as well. Massive little opener coming out from Impression. Now, he does have very effective aim, obviously. Right now, sitting at a rating of 1 overall on HLTV. He's been looking very effective. So he's keeping it, you know, he's keeping it at level ground. It's respectable.
Yeah, positive at that.
Yeah, leading by example there as well in the opening pistol rounds. What he needs to do, try and rally the troops, the IGL for the side. This is the first time he's actually sort of really taken that mantle behind him as well. And you wonder if the fact that he is sort of inexperienced into the role, and this is where he's really started to be able to flex his muscles a little bit and, you know, show off what he can come up with in terms of his brain. If that is why there's a little bit of you know, issues in terms of the structure they have when they get into those late rounds, because they just get a bit overwhelmed and still not quite fleshed out.
Yeah, exactly. You need someone sometimes to tell you to stop or fall back. As you mentioned, they're very good at the early portion of the round. Their aim is definitely there. The issue is the decision-making, it's the late round calls, but Judge will go 1 for 1 eventually, be traded up by Impression. 4 versus 4 now, 1 minute 25 on the clock as the bomb will eventually enter Torless and Banana, as it seems like the Australian side are making their way towards the A side.
One of the issues we saw as well the last game that we actually played when they went up against Flash was the fact that even though they have the advantage, they have a good buy, they overextend way too much and they take these fights. And this is happening once again now. Yam's been allowed to find another Deagle frag. They're actually losing an awful lot of members. That's already going to be 3 rebuys that are forced out if they even do win this round now, because Yam and Co are able to scavenge these weapons. They've got sight control. The smokes have gone down. They can wall them off, Snods. This is a horrible situation to be in for B.O.O.T. Impression, though, wants to try and bring it back as he leads by example once more.
No Kevlar for the remaining players on Tainted Minds. Yam and Ofnu with the Deagle as well. Deagle and UMP, what can they really make of this? UMP on 50 HP and no Kevlar. Fairly useless. Let's see. Impression spots out one. The bomb is being diffused as we speak. And no piece coming out. It's just going to be the bait and switch.
Yeah, pushing his way around. Moxie going to charge in now as Impression will jump on the bomb. He's keeping them busy. But they're actually still just baiting them out. There we go. Eventually they will peek into the crosshair, be taken down. So B.O.O.T will get that second round as they come through the defuse. But that is a bomb plant for Tainted Minds and 3 frags as well. So that's a forced rebuy coming out from B.O.O.T. Not really the best way to play out that round.
I wonder if you're Tainted Minds right now, you go for a risky buy here. You save this previous round. You only bought Deagles and CZs. You have 4,000 onto Yam, 3,000-ish across the board. If they went for a buy here, they could have one AK, have one of the players drop over an AK as well. That'd be Zeus or Offner if they wanted to, but actually, it seems like they'll be taking no risks here and just going to be saving into round number 4. So, in the current one, round number 3 is going to be MP9 onto Tommy. 4 M4s for the CT side. Let's see if Tommy can stack up some cash here and get the money rolling.
Yeah, Tainted Minds is going to be sticking with that for now. Because they do have these upgraded pistols. They've proven that they can be pretty effective with these deagles and stuff, though, into those early rounds, especially when Boots play into their hands, where they do like to go for those deep information plays. They love to run risks. That's kind of going to be something that comes back to bite them a lot. Very risk-reward style CS from Boot.
The only issue is that really does favour you in a best of 1, where you take those risks and you can get yourself 1 or 2 rounds off the back of that. When you play a very high risky play style, in terms of consistency, it may not be there. Anyway, they're 1 minute 15 on the clock here as the T side make their way through connector. I say T side, only offering so far. As he jumps down, getting ever so close towards the B side. They have no Kevlar, just Deagle here and there. They're going to need some nice headshots if they want any chance of getting this bomb planted, or, God forbid, for Boot, the round win.
This should be easier spray down as well for Benkai here, the main lurker, that Boot DS side. As he will be waiting for the push to come through. MongolZ will get the opener though, and he'll try and extend out a little bit more as well. Spots out Judge as he will take him down with a spray off the back of the M4. So only 1 casualty thus far for Boot, as they do keep it a little bit neater into the round.
4 versus 3. Tainted Minds, if they can get 2 more kills here and keep the money low for the Boot DS side. Try and wood to the economy. 25 for the MP9, $600. Splash chimes in as well to aid him. Goes for the last kill as well. Would eventually find the scalp of A.P.O.K. And it's going to be 3-0 as we go into round number 4. First buy on this first map of this best of 3.
Yeah, very well played there off the back of those opening pistol. Obviously, work your way through. They get all 3 rounds this time and actually lock it down, so they get an early lead in their favor. But now the buys will be coming back through. Tainted Minds with the Fort Rifle, set up the AWP coming out on Yam, of course, as well. Let's see what he can do with that bad boy back in his hands.
You mentioned how Boot Dreamscape, they like to play aggressively. Earlier on today, we saw Yam play a very supportive and passive style with the AWP, having TyLoo peek into his crosshair. The only issue here is what if Boot do the same and give away some early free kills to the side of Tainted Minds. So really there's some aggression towards him, there's some good HEs, actually do some bit of splash damage to A.P.O.K. But only 25, so not really too much of an impact been dealt so far.
A lot of map control being taken early by Tainted Minds, though, as they seem to want to try and just hit them hard and fast into the round. Often trying to find the early entry will do so as he rips their head off the splash key. That is a bad man to lose as well, as Boot need him. He's been such an impactful fragger in the series we saw earlier. So him going down early really could come back to hinder them.
4 versus 5. Often with the initial kill to give the MongolZ side the advantage into the first buy round. But they need to chain these together. They need to get more and more kills. Still, the execution comes in. Let's see if Boot can hold this one off.
Spray coming through, Molotov as well to try and ward them off. There's the opening kill from Yam as well. A little bit more aggressive with the AWP, luckily enough there. Tommy playing close in the smoke, as they has no idea of his location. If he can try and play his cards right here, Snoz, this could be huge. A.P.O.K. going to go for the bomb plant though. He does eventually extend around, takes him down, and it's all up to Judge as he's stuck behind truck here, attempting to bob and weave round, hoping he can get a bit of a face. He will find Tommy's head and take him down. It's up to Impressions, the in-game leader. He will punish him in the end, left on 16 HP. Barely just squeezes it out. Another hat-trick coming through for him. Really looking effective. His aim has looked fantastic today as well. He's looking very crisp.
Exactly. As the IGL as well, leading by example, taking Boot DS to the 4-0 advantage. Claiming that pistol off the back of his hat-trick USP headshot. Plus the first buy round as well with those impactful 3 kills. Round number 5 now, Tainted Minds to get the bomb down. They had, what, 4,000-ish across the board. After you lose 4 rounds in a row, you get $3,400 as your max round loss bonus, plus the $800 for getting the bomb down. So they did have enough money to buy here, Jack, but instead they want to play conservatively. They put faith in Yam's AWP and having that full set of utility, as they want to play very thorough and not give any room for Boot to find success.
Tainted Minds as well, obviously forced back into the eco onto this one. Let's see what they actually are going to go for, as they've brought up a little bit, gone for basically the quasi-buy, forced up with what they can. You've got the Deagles coming through, CZ's in play as well, and armor across the board. 2 smokes there, one on Zeusy, one on A.P.O.K. As they do get the early map control, obviously making an abundance of noise as well to try and toy with Boot.
4 players for Tainted Minds wielding Kevlar. 3 Deagles and a PT-50 and a CZ as well. Definitely weapons that can do damage versus this CT defense as they line up their smokes and their flashes. This time it's Impression. Is he going to go huge again?
There's the opening kill from Tommy. Impression going to keep it going. Benkai as well in a prime time angle to do damage. Nice spray through the wall as he will eliminate A.P.O.K. And it's just left on Yam, the ex-Renegades man himself, he will be slowly making his advance here. 7 HP. It's not going to take much. If he extends through, Benkai should just dome him. We'll connect that one shot to the chest and eliminate him there. So they keep it working on very smoothly. Obviously, this is the 5th round now on the trot for B.O.O.T. as they keep it going.
5-0 now. So far, clean sweep from the Singaporean side. As we're going to round number 6, another Byron as well. Number 2, and that for the first half here. Orp again onto Yam, and look at this. 4 set of utility. Smoke, Molotov, double flashbang for every single player on that T side. How are they going to be utilizing their utility? Are they going to be flashing all their angles, playing slow, methodical, taking control of the map from there, trying to sell fakes, try and do their executions? Are they going to be taking control of Connector? You can see already B.O.O.T playing very passive towards Connector. One of the issues that happens on your CT side if you do that is it makes you prone to being faked, right? If the Ts have complete control of Connector from the start of the round, then it's very easy to throw your smokes towards a run-down Connector and have a fake within 5 or 7 seconds.
In the meantime, though, as they slowly push their way through, Snods gaining that map control once again. Trying to take that long control into this round. Splashkey as well, finally on the AWP. He's got the cash to play with it. Oh, he will get domed, though. Zusi finds the angle and connects that headshot. That actually does punish them early. Splashkey's very impactful when he has the AWP in his hands as well, so luckily they were able to stub him out before he got 2 out of hand.
Exactly, it goes 1, but eventually gets traded out. Tommy will find another kill there. Charge as well across the map, will find one onto him. Impression. That's towards B, though. Zusi as well. Another nice headshot. 3 versus 2. APOC with a very forward position towards the lane side. We'll catch Benke off guard, and there you have a 1 versus 3. MongolZ. Seems like B.O.O.T may be finally conceding their first round here.
They have that side control now, as Zusi will get the bomb planted, and they can just hold for the push to come towards them. Obviously, MongolZ left in a 1v3 retake. Highly unlikely he can do too much. He actually does get the drop on Zusi. He has no idea, as he's just going to backtrack into him. Walk straight up. MongolZ can come in. Depends on his trigger discipline, how he actually opts to play this one out, as he will get behind him. You can see him debating what he actually wants to go for, as he will just hold his patience. Eventually goes for the kill, finds the headshot, pushes his way down further now as well. He's wasted a lot of time here, so he needs to try and move swiftly as he flashbangs over, wants to peek through. We'll find the second kill as well, takes down Judge. Oh, but there's the response from APOC. That was getting a little bit too close for comfort there.
5-1. Only 1 player surviving there for Tainted Minds, which means they are currently vulnerable to have their money reset. If that happens, Jack, we're going to be seeing a massive lead for B.O.O.T, especially on the CT side as well for Overpass. If this goes 8-1 off the back of this buy round, I say buy round, but actually it seems like B.O.O.T aren't going to be conceding this one. They're going to be going for a half buy. Pistols and Kevlar. If they had enough money to go for a full buy into this one, and they won this round, right? Made it 6-1, forced their money for a 4th spot for Tainted Minds, 7-1, Eco 8-1. This could have been essentially the end of this first half already set in stone, but instead, because Tainted Minds got so many kills with those pistols on their Ecos, B.O.O.T's money is low, and now it's time for this Australian side to farm up their cash.
Well, that's the thing, though. We're just getting them down to so little players sustaining every round that it just did way too much damage overall. But into this one, they actually do find eventually their first kill, as Ofni will go down. But Impression and Tommy have been eliminated. In terms of the pistols that remain, you've got 2 CZs to work with there and the 1 P250 on Splash Gears. They just sort of hold right now this trifecta setup, waiting to see what Tainted Minds are really going to do. If they get the drop on them, at most just whittle down their economy a little bit, force out those rebuys, as winning this round is going to be unlikely.
Yeah. Keep in mind as well, Tainted Minds had 1 player survive in the last round, which means each kill B.O.O.T gets is crucial going forward into round number 8, the next buy round, because if B.O.O.T can chain these rounds together, or even get 1 potentially, as soon as they force out that weak buy from Tainted Minds, this game could really spiral out of control in favor of the Singaporean side. Regardless though, 4 versus 3, 40 seconds left on the clock as the bomb approaches towards Monster. 4 players all grouped together from Tainted Minds as they're going to be sweeping their way through Monster into B.
This should be fairly smooth sailing from as well. The seas aren't going to be that bumpy as they make their way in. Obviously in close by, we do have MongolZ, but he just gets caught off guard there. Obviously Chunch just taking him down as he was able to spam his way through. And Splashkey and Benkai might as well try and go for a little something here. Benkai could have actually potentially gone for the save because he didn't have armor, but Splashkey could definitely do a bit of damage as he will remove APOC from the equation. So 3 players for Tainted Minds going to go through, but at the very least they get that round. They link them both together.
5-2 now. B.O.O.T still have the 3-round advantage down their CT side off the back of the early 5-0 lead they previously had. But now let's see. Another buy round for both of these teams. Orb instantly bought for Splashkey. As we see a fair mass for Tommy, he's going to be sacrificing the firepower to build up that utility. Double flashbang and smoke onto him. Kits as well for the CT side, so in terms of the buy, it's decent. for B.O.O.T Dreamscape. Tainted Mind's going to be disregarding the AWP for Yama, going for the 5 AK setup. Could this signal they want to go for a fast play towards that B side?
This is nice though, obviously. Splash Key's on the AWP once more as well. I want to see more from him, as usually he is so impactful in getting them into good positions. Benkai as well going to come in with the opening frag, but there's the trade back, and Zeusy just keeps it rolling as he's just spraying and praying with that AK and removing everyone that dares to try and defy him right now. Site control is massively in their favor. The smokes are down. Splash Key as well, caught off guard there as Yam was just lurking behind, waiting for the right moment to pop him down. An aggressive play from Impression will reward him. Tommy as well find one kill with the Famison towards Yam, and Tommy, it's all on him now. 1v2. Will he have the experience to deal with this? He charges in, somehow gets that frag. But Zeusy was there. It's a quad kill for Zeusy and another round for Tainted Minds.
You must have thought it was in a 2 versus 2 instead of the 2 versus 1. Nevertheless, though, eventually they will close out that round, but at the cost of 1 extra player. Let's see what the money is going to be looking like for Tainted Minds once all the rebuys and the drops do come to fruition. And the same for B.O.O.T as well. They're going to be roughly $2,000. They've lost now 3 in a row. After this round, they're going to get $2.9k injected into the economy from the round loss bonus. And there you have it. So 3 AKs for the Australian side and 2 MP7s as well for Tainted Minds, up against B.O.O.T Dreamscape on just 1 player on Kevlar. That's going to be Tommy, and upgraded pistols across the board.
Cool. APOC going to push his way straight through up short. Seems like they do actually want to go a little bit more aggressive. Molotov does go down though, as he's just toying from the meantime. Look at this setup from B.O.O.T as well, though. These CZs, very effective in close range, especially when you hold crossfires like this and support each other. All they need to do is just try and get this early opening frag. They peek together off the back of the flashbang. Very smartly played. Unfortunately, the kills are going in favor of Tainted Minds, though, as the sheer firepower in their arsenal is just stronger.
4 versus 3. Zeusy is low as well. If only these players had Kevlar, maybe to back up their weapons if they can retrieve them from the corpses of Tainted Minds, then maybe there'd be more of a chance here, Jack. But instead, the bomb is going down towards B. B.O.O.T now with no Kevlar, no weaponry as well in this retake. As you can see, they just fall down 1 by 1.
Yeah, Chutch just making mincemeat out of them, really. Very, very easy for him to connect these shots right now. MongolZ just going to play for him behind the smoke. Potentially could get this kill towards Chutch if he is a bit lucky. But he's going to opt to just hold the close angle and hope they push towards him and he can find the exits.
So he'd love to have an AK walk into his inviting arms and save that into the next round, but I don't think that's going to be happening just yet. Then again, if he can try and keep Chutch on the site and force him to die to the bomb explosion, that could mean extra money taken out from Tainted Minds, but I believe he will get away scot-free as he gets that kill. So now 5-2-4, and a tactical timeout going to be called by B.O.O.T, which will be well timed at that. Let's see what DSN. You can see the Swedish flag on his arm, what he can impose during this 30 seconds pause. Obviously, so far for Tainted Minds, as soon as they slowed these rounds down, right, we saw one of the buy rounds, they went for a fast B play, they got absolutely demolished. On the pistol as well, they went towards B, destroyed. Then again, it seems like when they slow the rounds down and they play more thorough, they play the utility, they flash the angles, they don't give away the first kill. In the mid rounds, I feel like Tainted Minds, as you actually alluded to, Jack, are definitely taking the advantages here. This is the problem for B.O.O.T. They need to be stronger during that 40 to 50 second mark. Yeah,
that seems to be the only issue. I mean, in terms of firepower, they definitely have the upper hand. They are very fantastic in what they do. They're actually going to switch it up a little bit now as well off the back of what I imagine DSN has suggested here is the double up setup coming into fruition. Hopefully we can see him playing a little bit more laxed as well. Splashkey known for the aggression with the AWP as well, so I'm not going to be surprised if he is going to be charging in and trying to cause some upsets though. And he is actually peeking towards mid very early on this one. Oh,
is that for Monster?
Boost. I don't know. Can we see? I want to see the vision there.
Can we see
on that? There we go.
Is that the corner of the pillar? Yeah, it is. So, okay, what this is they're going to be playing retake towards B. Tainted Minds have been going heavily towards that B bomb site in the later portions of the round, but the problem is it's so one-sided towards that B site. They're putting all their eggs in the basket towards B. What happens if Tainted Minds, as they're doing right now, go towards A? There's going to be a distinct lack of defense.
It will be. They'll be stuck on that totem pole. They'll have to drop down and immediately try and restructure. They'll be in an awkward angle. Hopefully, if they do catch wind of what is occurring with Impression Co focusing over towards toilets like that, they can readjust.
The timing.
MongolZ will jump off. They do start to restructure this defense as they're a little bit paranoid about what's occurring in the round. They'll at least reboost him to another elevated angle.
Chutch has actually just walked out Monster towards the B side. Eventually, Yam will find the first with his AWP. Chutch as well chimes in towards the B site. B site's completely open for free now. And in the 5 versus 3, B.O.O.T may just have to save towards the A site. And I hope they can have better luck into the next round.
That's the thing as well. As soon as you got the read that the B-bomb site is completely open off the back of Church getting that entry, they can rotate the whole way around. They can bypass any of the CTs that are in position, get the bomb down for free now, have site control as well, and B.O.O.T need to basically go for the save. You can't try and run the risk of going for this. The chances of you actually succeeding on the retake as well are so marginal that it's just not worth it.
Yeah, and they have lost 4 rounds in a row, which means they are on the maximum round loss bonus. So obviously, losing this round and saving 3 weapons, they can drop over the other 2 to Benka and Splash. And the AWP as well onto MongolZ and Impression, so they will be saving the double up setup. Unfortunately, they didn't really get to use it, as Yam obviously won that duel towards stop sign on A long. And then we had that kill from Church towards Graffiti on the B side, completely opening it up for free.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens, though, obviously, as we develop through this now. It's going to tie it up at a 5-5 scoreline. If they do hold on to this double AWPs and don't actually lose them as the plays come through, they are actually finding frags as well, as Ofnu overextended out there. So MongolZ going to get another save. Impression might actually find this frag on towards Apox as well, depending on the time. If he peeks towards him, it's not going to be hard for him to take him down. And we can see Splashkey now rearmed into the following round as well. He should be giving back the AWP that, you know, he would have liked to have in his hands. He's very effective with the weapon. It's interesting as well, the fact that he does have that very sort of reminiscent JW-esque style from before the, you know, the pre-AWP nerf, where it's very explosive, very in your face, very random. You like to keep them on your toes, like to keep them thinking. And you wonder if that sort of comes back to the fact as well, he is quite flamboyant. It backs up the fact that he has quite high sensitivity, and he's very aggressive.
Playing that aggressive style, especially on the CT side of Overpass, it really is your playground with the AWP. You can play aggressive towards Toilets, aggressive towards A long, you can play aggressive towards Banana, of course towards being short. There's so many, and Connector as well if you have a good enough spawn. There's so many angles to utilize and catch your opposition off guard with the AWP, especially if you are someone that likes to play aggressive with it. But here it comes, 5-man contact play towards the P side, and they just catch Impression and MongolZ with their trousers around their ankles, and the site is open for free.
Yeah, luckily Benkai can trade it back though as he gets the double headshot. The forward! Benkai ripping his way through everyone as he absolutely annihilates the oncoming attackers on the site. Somehow he got that 4 frag. I don't even know where he connected that shot from. Just from short tapping away with the wallbangers coming out. I hope we got a replay of that.
Thought the round was as good as done there, as those 2 players boosting towards Sandbags, peeking towards B shot, got demolished and caught off guard by the contact play towards Monster. Somehow, someway, Benkai, here we go. It's the 3rd shot that looked crazy. Let's see, gets the 2nd that actually connects that. Still not shooting. Yeah, look at that, as they line up perfectly. My goodness, an incredible play from Benkai. Gonna put Boot DS in the 1-and-run advantage here. 6-5 now. But let's see how this one's gonna play out.
Yeah, Benkai. Him and Splashkey statistically are the highest rated players on the team. Benkai obviously more in that lurk role, just absolutely fantastic stuff coming out from him there. That raw aim perception, this is what I was talking about from Boot. That is why it's sort of, I was leaning more towards him, is the fact that I know in those sort of scenarios they can definitely close down rounds off the back of individual skill.
Exactly. And especially when Tainted Minds were able to get the trade frags, having the skill advantage is crucial. Splash now. The upper angle goes for the reface, gets tagged up by Yam. Church finds a kill towards Toilets. It's going to be the man advantage now. Ooh, but through the smoke, there will be a fast reply as it goes into the 4 versus 4, but Splash is still low.
Yeah, showing Yam how to use the AWP there as he will punish him through the smoke. Very, very nicely done. As all they've got to do now as well is try and dial it back a little bit, slow it down. No reason to really go for the overextension as Splashkey and Impression as well are now very low at this point. It wouldn't take much for Tainted Minds to actually get the advantage into this round as they are tiptoeing up. They're creeping towards close long and want to try and take this site control. A.P.O.T going to be setting up with the smokes.
Ooh, is that towards Bank? As it seems they're going to be faking this execution. I mentioned before how important it is to have control of Connector. And you can see it allows for literally a 7 to 10 second instant fake towards that B bomb site. But you can see Boot still have 2 players remaining here towards B. Can they still hold the line?
Oh, Benkai, very close proximity. He is going to be spammed towards by Church, but he doesn't actually connect him at all. Benkai gets allowed to push, gets one. There's the response from A.P.O.T as the Charleston terrorists sprint their way in. Zuxi and Offlu with the entries as well. They're going to be able to get that bomb down. It's all up to Tommy, the young gun, the hothead. He will arrive over towards B. He's armed with just an M4 and a Dream, no utility ready to aid him. He does have the kit, goes for the spam, goes towards the wall as he hears the audio cue, panics a little bit. We'll get the early opener as he takes down Offnu, sprints his way around as well. What can he actually achieve? If they peek towards him, they might actually be feeding them to him and giving him the frags that he needs to try and get back into the round here. Right now, bounding about though, leaps and bounds across, will get the tag, but A.P.O.T simply was hotter than he was there. Found the frag too easily, takes him down, and that is going to be another round now for Tainted Minds, tying it up at 6-6 scoreline and actually breaking the economy of Boot.
There's a big round to win, Jack. They're going to be resetting Boot after getting that crazy round from Benkai. It resets their round loss bonus, and now they're down to just $1,400 as that round loss bonus. 1.7k for Tommy. And apart from that, roughly $2,000 to $3,000 across the board for the Singaporean side. They're going to have to go for the potential double save, or even if they want to risk it, go for one eco here, and then go for a weak FAMAS UMP buy into the next round, but it seems that they will be going for the double save, and then finally buying up into the final round of the half, round number 15, but then that could be signaling potential now for Renegades to get to 8 rounds with their T side after being in a 5-0 deficit.
Yeah, Tainted Minds is obviously getting slowed so much down, not able to get the early momentum they needed. Now can actually come back in off the back of this. They've got the hype in their favor. They've got the momentum going for them. They should be able to continue in this fashion and actually get a very respectable scoreline at the half. Meanwhile, for B.O.O.T, they're in a bit of an awkward spot right now. No weapons ready to play over into the round, so just hoping for the best as the push will come towards them. Long control has been taken as Tainted Minds will storm their way in and take A site.
Bomb being planted now. A.P.O.K finds one on Tommy. It's going to be the 5 versus 3. And a fairly standard round now for the side of Tainted Minds, as they should be cleaning this one up nicely. Having 4 or 5 stay alive and keep their money afloat for the remainder of this first half here.
Ooh, Splashkey with the tag as he shows his acrobatics there. They want to try and peek through as well. Impression going to go with him as they go more in this double fakes. He actually does dispatch of Yam as well, but Chuch is going to make quick work of them with Ofnu also lending his hand. Oh, MongolZ from the sideline with a CZ, though gets one and the second as well. He's in a 1 versus 2, but he has no kit and no real time to get on the bomb. Might as well just save that AWP and get out of there to fight another day.
Surely he's not going to be able to salvage the AWP here. They know exactly where he is. Going to be surrounded, missed that first shot. And while recocking his rifle will be taken down. 7-6 now as finally it took the Australian side some time, but eventually they will be having the lead in this first map of this best of 3. Remember as well, Jack, this is their map pick on Overpass. As the next map will be Mirage. 7-6, round number 14. And as I mentioned before in the last round, Jack, B.O.O.T had a decision. They can go for a double save and allow Tainted Minds to get to 7 as a bare minimum, or eco 1 round and then have a weak buy with UMPs and a few M4s in there, but they could be lacking an AWP onto Splashy. And obviously he's been quite crucial in getting his first and second kills into the rounds for his team.
Yeah, Splashkey is very, very effective at getting those early openers. But right now, only arm of a UMP, not able to be as audacious as you'd like. Benkai, oh, completely blind. Had no idea what was coming towards him, so he just goes down willingly. Impression will not be, though, as he wants to try and fight back. Roaming around, it's him and MongolZ that are doing absolute work on the scene of the crime as it falls to just A.P.O.K in a 1v2. Splashkey and MongolZ still alive, the highest rated players, the troublesome duo that just always does work on that side. MongolZ will fall first as the entry comes through. A.P.O.K going to get the opening frag there, ready for more as well. Splashkey is low. He's getting him down to 50 HP. As A.P.O.K is going to try and clear the angles, tiptoe his way around, shuffle in and grab the bomb if he can. Splashkey actually believing that he's gone towards close short. They have no idea. He hasn't even spotted him out as well. He's actually realised where he is and can line up the headshot. A bit of a misread there as he thought he was backtracking round.
See grins on the faces from Tainted Minds now as they're going to be happy with this half. After losing the pistol and having 8 rounds as a bare minimum on your CT side, it's definitely a strong and a far, far better performance than what we saw versus TyLoo. Round number 15, now the final round of this first half on Overpass. B.O.O.T playing a lot more deflated now. They had the early momentum, but since then they let it slip. They were 5-0 up, but ever since Tainted Minds got one on the board, they've managed to secure round after round. Now they're the ones with the heavy advantage.
Things as well. A.P.O.K actually currently sitting at probably the best form we've seen him at in CSGO in his recent career. Obviously, over the past 12 games they have played in their officials, he's been maintaining a constant one rating the entire time and hasn't been dipping from that. So obviously being able to keep his head held high right now, 13 frags on the board, getting a couple of vital impact frags here and there for the side of Tainted Minds and keeping them in the situation they need to be in. It's going to be interesting if they can actually get a 9-6 half here, or if B.O.O.T, even with this weaker stunted buy, if they can try and bite back.
And again, it is 3 UMPs, a CZ as well for impression. And the FAMAS onto MongolZ, who goes for the boost over the sandbags. Spots out one player. Will tag A.P.O.K down to 60 HP, but that's about it. Oh, look at the shot there from Chuch as he finds the entry again towards Monster, as that seems to be his playground.
Oh, there's a response from Impression, though, as always. A double kill comes through off the back of a CZ of all weapons as well. He's now upgraded to the AK-47. Ofnu and co are grouped and heading towards the A-bomb site that is open. The welcome mat is down. Flashbang goes over. The CT's quickly trying to adjust to counter this, but they're going to be there way too late. Zeusy can have essentially a free plant.
No kits for the CT side, so if this bomb does eventually be planted, A reduction of 5 seconds on that defuse. Here it comes, the aggression and the push, but Singular on his own, Splash goes against their first kill, but eventually will be traded out 2 versus 2 now, as it seems like Splash pulled the trigger far, far too early.
Yeah, Splash Key, obviously, smart stuff there as he went for the initial burst, wanted to try and get out, cause a distraction and get the opener that they needed, but his teammates couldn't push because of the smoke walls that were in effect, so Impression of Moxie still just holding right now. They're going to go in from different angles, try and pincer on towards the bomb site. As you said, though, there's no kits, so they need to be swift. Oh, Offnu with the double taps. 2 easy kills going to go his way. Tainted Minds at the end of the half going to take the lead with a 9-6 scoreline as they do start to get things going in a very dominant fashion.
So far, so good from the Australian side as they finish the half. 9-6, let's see how B.O.O.T can do once they flip over to the T side. If they lose that second pistol and the pistols can currently go 1-1, it seems like the Australian side will be claiming their map pick.
Yeah, obviously a good start for them right now as they are going through very effectively on the side of Tainted Minds. Actually looking good, more so in terms of just strategy. That's the thing, obviously on that CT side as well, I expected B.O.O.T to be able to withstand a lot of the oncoming brute force because they're very reliant aimers, they're very heavy in terms of that. They didn't need structure as much. They can just try and, you know, play that style of CS where you just support each other, play for trades, wait for the push to come towards you. Rather than that though, once again, still quite aggressive, still overconfident in a lot of rounds, and that does seem to be the thing that is hindering B.O.O.T.
But let's see. We've seen multiple entries for the side of B.O.O.T. The only issue is they get that first kill, they repick, they give away the advantage, and then in the 4 versus 4 on the T side, they have the advantage. Reason being is, you know, you look at a 4 versus 2, you look at a 4 versus 4, sorry, but when you break it down to the different sites for the CT side, really, it's a 4 versus 2, right? Because the CT side have to spread their defense thin, 2 towards A, 2 towards B. So even though the numbers are the same, once the hit comes into the site, it's still a 4 versus 2.
Yeah, that is true, but I believe we are going to be going to a short break before we come back with the second half. Oh no, maybe not.
Or maybe not.
No, we're not.
Oh, no, we're not.
Baited you for that one, didn't I?
Well, you didn't bait me. I
one,
think someone else baited you, mate.
Exactly. The whole system. It's
There's
like a
a big
treacle
loop
system
here.
of baiting.
But it all comes back round, just like karma.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a boomerang if you're an Aussie.
Yeah, that's also true. They do come back around. Well done, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers. 9-6 is the scoreline. Obviously, Tainted Minds currently leading at the end of the half there. Let's see what they can do now. They slip on over to their CT half. Snadoodle.
Smoke comes out towards front toilets. As you can see, A.O.P gets tagged up already as the aggression comes towards the middle as the bomb is joining them as well. Let's see what they can do here towards the A side if they can make this a 2-0 for themselves in terms of pistols.
Map control being taken as they tiptoe their way through, obviously slowly but surely repositioning over towards that B-bomb site. They want to go for the split push, try and take that monster control and then slip up through short as well. Zeusi's in position with his pistol locked and loaded, ready to pop some heads. He will get the opening frag, takes down Splashkey. That's a vital little opener. Chutch as well. Look at his dominance as he's bobbing and weaving, avoiding all the tags. Eventually we'll go down to Benkai. A bit of an awkward firefight there, leaving them a 2 versus 3 Snod. But can they even pull themselves back for this? They need to try and get the next frag in their court very swiftly. The bomb down on a tad bit of an awkward location as well, close by Toxic.
3 versus 2. 1 minute to play for as well for the side of B.O.O.T. Silver lining here for Dreamscape is Yam is on 14 HP. 1 shot from the Glocks will eventually take him down. That could signal or could change this into a 2 versus 2 where B.O.O.T have a much greater advantage.
They are making their move as they do approach the bomb site. Offnu going to connect the headshot on towards Benkai though. It's all up to Moxie now. P250 from range. He's getting the tags, but it's not really going to work out that way. Does go down. Tainted Minds get the opener on the pistol. They secure themselves another round, going to bring it up to a 10-6 scoreline. This should actually be them essentially getting to 12 rounds at the end of this.
In theory, obviously 6-10 right now. B.O.O.T not getting the bomb down means they should be forcing up into this round. And if they do, are we going to be seeing a 5-man force or a 4-man force, depending on if Splash wants to bring out that AWP, and you can see instantly buying Deagle and Kevlar with a flashbang. So 5 players forcing for the side of B.O.O.T, which means no AWP into the first bar, and if they lose, it's round Jack. And of course, if Tainted Minds do win this one, make it 11-6, B.O.O.T on eco, 12-6, and at that point, the Australian side, after being in a 5-0 deficit, will be doubling the scoreline from B.O.O.T.
Yeah. B.O.O.T obviously just looking like they want to go for a shock and awe style play, just burst their way out, try and hope for the best really if they can. Impression will get the entries, takes down Yam though. There's a response from Offnu as well, the flashbang going over. He wants to try and peep out and see what he can spot with his little peepers, but no one is really going to be there. Splashkey fires out 1 round with a Deagle and then falls back to just hold from toilets, as they know they can afford to slow it down a little bit now.
5 versus 4, 1 minute 15 left on the clock. B.O.O.T trying to slow this round down. They know that Tainted Minds might be pushing for information towards Monster, towards B short. That's what Benkai is hoping for. They want to get this kill towards B and then suddenly flood down Connector and get right into that B bomb site. But instead, Tainted Minds are holding. They're playing passive. A.P.O.T gets dinked up as well, and this could be the signal and the sign that B.O.O.T need to go off of.
Oh, impression. Coming up from the sidelines, he can pull down the trigger there with a CZ, but couldn't actually get the frag. Offnu doing absolute work as well with that Famous as he's going huge into the round. Luckily, MongolZ will be able to scavenge one of his own. He's got 44 seconds to play with. He was trying to go massive with the scavenged Famous, but he only got a couple of frags. That is another round for Tainted Minds. They do force out 3 casualties, though, so at least the reinvestment is there. Tainted Minds, they're not going to get their economy to a ridiculous level already.
Economical damage, as you mentioned before, Jack, was dealt. Round number 18 now, but it will be the full eco for B.O.O.T Dreamscape. This is the round for Tainted Minds where they should be building their economy up. You've got an MP9 there for Chutch. He should be playing aggressive, getting their 600 kills apiece, try and stack up some cash here and have a good, stable economy going forward into the buy rounds of this second half. The reason being is, on your CT side, you want to be in a scenario where you get, even if you lose a round, you still have enough money to buy up into the next one so you can try and reset your position.
So obviously this is going to be that 12th round, very easily secured now. MongolZ actually the last remaining member. Oh, comes in with a second shot. That is beautifully done. Grabs himself a Famous as well, so at least he has an upgraded firearm to play with, as he will try and go for the spam through the wall, expecting where they were, but Chutch just peeks in. Obviously that MP9, the fast movement, will complement that aggressive peek as he takes him down. Very swift round as we get on through, but at least the reinvestment will now be coming out for B.O.O.T.
Round number 19, first buy of the second half. Seems like the wind has exited the sails from the Singaporean side. They need to get their game plan back in action if they want a chance of taking this first map. But then again, it is Tainted Minds' pick. So in terms of how this best of 3 should unfold, we should be seeing an advantage inside of the court from the Australians. Regardless, though, round number 19, let's take a look at how this one's going to play out. Yeah, I'm going to go towards Monster, going to go for the pick, see if he can get an advantage for his team, as it seems like he's going to get the first kill. Benki goes down, one of the star players from B.O.O.T Dreamscape, already taken out of the server, and a 5 versus 4 for Tainted Minds.
Now then, B.O.O.T just trying to shake it off and ignore losing Benkai this early into the round, as they know they need to try and bring it back. Obviously, Yam is tagged down to 36 as well, so getting that trade is going to be fairly effective if they can actually take him down.
1 minute on the clock now. Bomb towards Connector. Splash towards Long Toilets. Only has a smoke grenade as well, so if he wants to try and sell a fake, it may be fairly difficult. Flash comes out towards B short as B.O.O.T trying to take control of the map here. The only issue is, with 50 seconds left, there's so many smokes. I'd say so many. There's only 2 smokes right now for the CT side. They have a Molotov as well for Offnu, just in case they want to be utilizing that towards the A side.
Play coming through now as they slowly make their approach in. The angle is being covered as well. Yam is going to be in close proximity. He needs to be able to reposition swiftly. He actually could be taken down. His impression realized what was occurring. Tagged Tommy, but Yam's still holding from the angle. It's just so easy. They're picking him one by one, but luckily he falls short there. Splashkey can kill him. Smoke it off as well. Splashkey not going to extend out and try and grab the AWP. Just instead reposition around, grab the bomb, get that planted. Impression still finding incredibly crisp headshots as ever. This man is ready to rumble.
3 versus 3 Impression, close towards Bank. Going to be dueling out that player from Tainted Minds, but eventually won't take him down. Chutch now, but the flashes come in, but Splash finds one, but eventually going to be traded out by Impression. But let's see, 2 versus 2, and Chutch is low.
Oh, it doesn't matter how low he is, though, as everyone around him is going down in seconds. It's all up to MongolZ, trapped here, just hiding it out. If one of them jumps on the bomb, they both have kits to play. If they can support each other, all they've got to do is peek round off as well. Smart. Plays it incredibly, takes down MongolZ, and they grab that round. Very effective retake. Chutch looking perfect on these retakes.
You can just tell as well from the faces from Boots. From Boots?
From Boots?
From Boots?
Boots and Cats.
From B.O.O.T Dreamscape. But the chances have dwindled now. 13 to 6. They've only won 1 round and conceded 13 after having that 5 to 0 advantage. As we're going to go into round number 20 now, will be the AWP onto Yam once more. Usually we're seeing the double AWP setup from the Australian sides, but this time it's going to be singular onto Yam. And for B.O.O.T as well, there's no AWP this time for Splash. Just 5 AKs at that. As he's going to be playing aggressive and fast towards middle once more.
Yam here. Once again, trying to keep them on their toes a little bit, and the random peaks he's going for the AWP. You need to try and do that, run that more wild style of AWPing, so you try and keep I'm a little bit more dubious of your location. Boot as well, though, entirely broken in terms of utility launch. You've got 2 smokes there and 1 Molotov and Splash Key. That's it. Literally no flashes to aid them. No more utility to help them once that has been dissipated. This is really going to be a hard round in terms of actually finding site control.
Yeah, this is the dream for Yam right now. No flashes on the opposition means he can have free reign of terror towards toilets. As he gets the first kill, pushing aggressively as well, holding the pixel angle, hoping that someone's going to walk towards Banana and give their life to Yam.
Yeah, see if he can Yam down on anyone. Is going to be coming towards him, as right now he is just holding the angles close towards toilets, wants to take out the trash, and he has the chance. Right now Splash Key just holding as well. They are close by as they do slowly shuffle around. Splash Key basically wants to just try and sell the idea of the fakes. He gets a big tag off. Yam very, very low right now, and he will reposition back round. They are grouping up to go for the short burst on towards the B bomb site. Is Chuch and Co going to be ready?
Flush comes out towards Monster. He spots Tommy, so now the Australian side have information as to where Boot are located. Bomb outside Monster. Here comes the play. 4 versus 5.
Oh, they're going to push their way in. Tommy going to run straight through as well. Splash Key gets the opening headshot as he domes one, and the follow-up as well. Splash Key making mincemeat out of him with his AK-47. Eventually, we'll have to try and go for the commit. Oh, Apoc peeks up, but Benkai was there to aid him. Yam as well misses the pot shot with the AWP. Benkai just doing damage, and Yam basically just has to save now. Surely he should just fall back and try and calm it down a little bit. He will be scoping in, tries to go for the shot, will get the tag, but it isn't quite a frag just yet. Snods, he's just going for the spam. Both of them incredibly low. Splash Key only on 40 HP and Benkai on 15, but Yam calls it quits.
13-7 now. As Yam's going to be throwing in the towel. I'm going to be conceding this one. Going to be saving the AWP. Smart decision as well. But again, Tainted Minds winning that second half pistol and winning the first bar means their money should be afloat. And strong enough at that to be able to afford this round into round number 21. So can Boot chain these rounds together, make it 8, 9, 13, break the money from Tainted Minds, force out a few ecos, some low economy buys from Tainted Minds, and from there try and get some quote-unquote free rounds, I guess, and try and get themselves back into this one, as we still do see a substantial lead for Tainted Minds.
Yeah, Tainted Minds obviously 3 rounds away from shutting the game down and closing it out, as the buys will be coming back through. In terms of what they actually want to go for, it's going to be free CZ at P250 in play, and Yam still rocking that scavenged AWP. If he can actually get some aggressive openers, maybe there's always a chance for him to overpower Boot here if they can scavenge a few weapons here and there.
HE nades ran off towards middle. Yam with the saved AWP goes for the first pick, only tags up Splash, doesn't quite connect the full 100 damage. Benkai with a nice 2k. Obviously these players are on eco, no Kevlar. Just upgraded pistols as they melt versus the Kalashnikovs. Yeah,
Benkai looking absolutely epic there on the entries. 2 frags going to go his way, another one going to go the way of MongolZ as well, so it's all up to Ofnu and Yam. Yam might actually be left in a scenario where he just has to fully save once again, just let the clock tick down.
1 minute 15 now on the clock as the bomb makes its way towards the B-bomb site. Just Ofnu here with a CZ and no Kevlar. It's very likely now that Boot do get to 8 rounds on the board, and at that point it's only going to be 5 separating them, unless Yam can rotate fast enough.
Push coming through, Ofnu there with a CZ. He does pull down the trigger, but cannot actually find any frags. Yam peeks round as well.
But this is the issue right now for Tainted Minds. You can see Yam only has $4,000 extra into his inventory. Thankfully though, Chuch has 6.8k, but this means someone on the side of Tainted Minds should be lacking a weapon. Wow, they're actually going to be going for a quasi-buy as well. So, Chuch had 6,800. Zeus had 4,000, Yam had 4,000, Apoc had 4,000, Ofnu had 3.5k. If Yam saves that AWP, that would mean Tainted Minds would have bought, but instead, because he goes for that aggressive peek towards CT lower, gives away that weapon, it's going to give another round for Boot to essentially get a claim a free round.
Push coming out though towards Party as Yam wants to party poop it. As he pushes his way through, takes down Splash Key. Yam as well in the elevated angle as he will peek round. Takes down Impression, does going to fall back eventually as well. So it's just up to Benkai and MongolZ. You can see once the aggression was back in favor of Tainted Minds, that's where Boots just haven't been able to deal with it at all. They seem like they get overwhelmed very easily as soon as the plays come through. When they get pushed upon, the communication breakdown seems to kick in. They can't quite support each other. The trades don't come through, and they get left in these awful situations.
Strange as well. We're expecting Boot to have more of an advantage in the early rounds and then towards the mid portions let it slip, and instead it seems they can't handle the pressure put upon them by Tainted Minds. 55 seconds left with the bomb And both of the remaining players from B.O.O.T, Dreamscape are located towards T-Stairs as they slowly make their way towards middle. The only issue here, Jack, is there's 45 seconds left. Yam has the AWP as well, located currently towards stop sign. So if they do go towards the A side, they have to walk up Banana or towards long. That should be some easy frags for the AWP.
Yeah, that's very true. They should definitely be able to achieve something with that weapon. Should be able to strike off the iron is hot. So B site is going to be the point of attack right now for B.O.O.T as they want to work their way over. MongolZ is going to come in. They have a ton of utility left as well as they just completely set ablaze to the site and flash it up to try and slip their way through, hoping that no one will notice them. They want to try and get that bomb planted down as well. They clear towards short. Chuch is there. Luckily, Benkai did clear it. MongolZ gets the bomb planted in the meantime as they fall back into a 2 versus 3. They're making it more manageable by the second, but surely winning this is going to be a bridge too far. A.P.O.T comes up from the side as well. If they don't focus towards him, he can backstab so effectively as they've got to be alert and worried about what Yam is up to right now.
MongolZ gets taken down by the AWP from Yam. 1 versus 2 now as he finds the first one to Yam. Spots up one player, but isn't know where the last remaining player is for the side of Tainted Minds.
Oh, they're going to peek together. Benkai is just finding easy headshots. Back-to-back frags going to go his way. Fantastic stuff. So composed as well. Oh no, he goes for the dab. He loves it.
Celebratory dab there. As he's going to be taking that 9th round. A 4 versus 2 and a very poorly played one of that by Tainted Minds. They completely give up the B-bombs up for free. Obviously, none the wiser that B.O.O.T will be going to be going back towards T-Spawn, making their way through towards Monster. Caught off guard and they give away and concede that 9th round over to Dreamscape. But here it comes, the buy round for Tainted Minds, 9-13. Round number 23, it's going to be the AWP for Splashkid this time. Yam goes for the aggressive peek once more as he tries to get the advantage for his team time and time again.
A little bit of a slower round from B.O.O.T here as they do try and take that steady map control, just hold their angles as well, seeing if Tainted Minds are going to go for more of an aggressive play, if they go for these information pushes to be able to stunt them and take them down very early.
Smoke coming out towards front toilet. Yam playing towards Banana once more. But now we're going to be seeing a very slow default from B.O.O.T. Changing up the pace. As the bomb is still left towards T-Stairs, they're going to be slowly but surely taking control of middle, taking control of A long, taking control of Banana. Especially now as Yam misses that shot. This is strange. So usually what we'd see from the European side is a molly out towards the Banana stairs where Yam was AWPing and a flash over. Instead they go for this crazy dry peek. And again, DSN should be making this clear. They need to be flashing these angles after playing together so they can trade these kills.
Yeah, very odd right now. They're just playing one by one in these scenarios. This is what we touched on as well. They are very individualistic players, and that does come back to hurt them. It hinders them as they have to try and win rounds just off their individual merit. They cannot win them from their structure. MongolZ comes in as well because they know Splashkey's there. They want to try and slow him down. Flashbang, but no one peeks into it. So Splashkey able to just reshuffle around, regroup as they set up for what is appearing to be a late round B burst.
Waiting outside Monster as Smokes ran in towards Heaven. But already the first goes in favor of Zusi. And let's see, 5 versus 3. Can they still hold the line as Tommy finds one?
Oh, the frags do start to come through. Tommy, normally the entry fragger for that B.O.O.T side, but today's going to be the entry dyer as we go down, as it's A.P.O.T just ripping off heads. MongolZ with a double entry, though. 5 seconds, he needs to pass right now. He's only just grabbed the bomb. It's no time, but he is still finding all these kills. Yam, luckily, was able to get out of there and doesn't fall. If Yam would have been on the site, maybe there's a chance he actually would have got that frag.
Potentially. Regardless of the what-ifs, what or buts, it's going to be 14-9, 5-round advantage for the side of Tainted Minds. On their CT defense, they have to chain this round together. You can see an MP7 for Zusi, Famas onto Chuch. Yam with the AWP that he saved. 2 M4s as well for Ofnu and A.P.O.T. Then again, the same can be said for B.O.O.T in terms of weak buy. 2 UMPs, as they are going to be lacking the AWP for Splash as well. So 3 rifles in a close round here. If they can claim this one, this is B.O.O.T I'm talking about, if they can make this 10-14, force a force from Tainted Minds, make it 11-14, force an eco, this could very well be 14-12, and a very, very close game. B.O.O.T in touching distance of bringing the comeback back to fruition.
Oh yeah, they are so close to actually getting this game under their belt right now, and at least getting the first map underway, which would be a fantastic result for them So obviously attempt to do so if they can continue in this fashion. The push comes around, but Zusi is going to be able to get that kill. Does fall to Tommy. There's Benkai as well. Going to get another one as it falls back into a 3 versus 2. They might have site control, but this retake could be achievable. Chuch needs to just be aware of their positions as he goes through. Impression extends through 4 round as well. Splash Key takes down one man. He's armed and he knows the locations of the others. Yam is trying to take the fight towards him, but it's going to be so awkward. Just the AWP. The Molotov comes through, but it's A.P.O.K that lands the kill. That is going to be round 15 grabbed. 1 round away, Snods, from taking back one, securing Overpass, and beating them on their own map.
Tainted Minds now. 6 opportunities to close this one out. In regulation, they're going to be going to a pause from B.O.O.T. Then again, Jack, this is only their second pause, and it seems like it's going to be potentially 15 rounds too late.
Yeah, you go for that pause now, but there's not too much you can do. Obviously, it's going to be interesting to see what DSN can actually suggest to them here to switch up, because they're pretty broken as well. Their caches are fantastic. We're looking at what, about 3.1k average across the board. So what can you really squeeze out?
AK for Impression and Moxie. Maybe some UMPs. They could even go for CZs then again if they want to go for extra utility. But it seems like it will be the first option there. UMPs at that. Are they going to go for a fast play towards B? Maybe go for a connector burst up through middle, try and catch a Yam off guard towards Banana. I guess we're about to find out as the round becomes... well, the round goes underway.
As we get back into this action here. So 3 UMPs in play, you got the 2 AKs there as well. Actually fairly effective amount of utility, at least they were able to squeeze a bit out, but getting into what could be the very last round here of this first map, Snods, I'm not feeling too confident for them.
Yam with the orb towards the monster. For a second time, goes for the peek, but doesn't actually spot anyone just yet. The bomb making its way as they charge up towards A long. Off new with the off angle towards Carby at the end of A long. Are B.O.O.T going to check it when the pressure is on?
Off new. He is the highest rated player on that side, and he's got the trigger discipline to back that up as well as he comes in with a double kill. But there's the frag from Impression. He'll land the headshot back towards him and try and bring them down to earth right now, but it's all up to Impression and Moxie. Can they actually achieve anything? They're going down. A.P.O.K as well will strike, and Moxie is left struggling to hold on. A.P.O.K will dispatch, and that's a 16-9 scoreline. Tainted Minds will take the victory on the first map. Overpass is going to go their way.
Was their map pick, of course, and you can see why. Very strong on their CT side. Yam utilizing Taurus as essentially his playground. We saw a distinct lack of flashbangs and utility usage towards middle